Hello and welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and Hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we're on Love 99.5 FM and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Sankara FM, Yendi, Castle FM, Cape Coast, Laura FM, Laura, and Radio Max Takrady. Get radio, TV, and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, Special Prosecutor gets backing of anti-graft campaigners to continue his fight against corruption. Following his claim, some judges are against him.
I think that he should be bold and stay on.
And if he doesn't know, he should know by now that fighting corruption is not an easy task.
Also, the minority in Parliament has staged another attempt today to overturn the approval of the 2024 budget passed by voice vote.
So I'll be expecting to see if he would walk the talk from radio in the chamber tomorrow by coming with a substantive motion to challenge Mr. Speaker in the Parliament. They were supposed to have used the appropriate procedure.
In business,
banks now required to hold reserves for foreign currency deposits in cities, a move expected to ease pressure on the local currency. We've got details on the Joy Business Report.
And later, parliamentary primaries in Nkwanta uncertain as leadership of the NPP in the O2 region places the election on hold following security concerns in the community.
In the impending parliamentary primaries of the new Patriotic Party, and they've strongly advised that it should be put on hold.
I am Amiesi Nyamiche Thompson. Details now. Special Prosecutor is getting the backing of anti-graft campaigners to continue his fight against corruption following his claim some judges are against him. Mr. Kissie Jabeng alleged a grand scheme by some judges to dismiss cases brought before the court by his office. The unhappy Special Prosecutor revealed his struggles with cases in a news conference Wednesday. There's more on the following report.
It was a bombshell claim that left civil society actors agitated. The Special Prosecutor, Kissie Ejabane, at a news conference appeared unhappy, pained and concerned that the courts were frustrating his work. Kissie Ejabane assumed the role of the Special Prosecutor in August 2021, succeeding Martin Amidu, who cited interference and meddling in his work.
And that if the office persists in the media releases, the judges will gang up against the office and throw out all our cases.
He gave specific instances where he believed the judgments of the courts raised serious fundamental questions.
In one case, the OSP applied to the High Court for a confirmation of a freezing order in respect of a deceased person's estate. The judge refused to confirm the order.
He questioned if the country is ready to fight corruption.
Should the OSP fail, Ghana would utterly lose the fight against corruption.
When asked whether he will remain in office, here is what the Special Prosecutor had to say.
When I take on the reins to do something, I do it to the best of my ability. They say I'm a unkwanoma, but they make cry about for it. Me hear me to me.
And that was a news desk report. This morning, the minority in Parliament will attempt to overturn the approval of the 2024 budget passed by a voice vote. The majority side staged a walkout accusing the Speaker of bias following his call for a headcount after an earlier declaration that the budget had been approved. Speaking to Joy News, Member of Parliament of Ningo Prampram, Sam George insisted the budget has not been approved by the House.
And he knows that if he wants to challenge the position of the Speaker in accepting our procedure as duly in line with the standing orders of the House, he has to come under a substantive motion. So I'll be expecting to see if he would walk the talk from radio in the chamber tomorrow by coming with a substantive motion to challenge Mr. Speaker's ruling, because Mr. Speaker has ruled on the matter of procedure.
But Deputy Majority Leader Alexander Fenyumarkin says the minority used the wrong procedure in challenging the motion. But as far as the majority is concerned, the budget has been approved.
The procedure. So in the Parliament, they were supposed to have used the appropriate procedure. You don't say that because of past experience of somebody, blah, blah, blah. That is why, in the wisdom of Mr. Speaker, although you have called for a headcount, Mr. Speaker had to use the procedure of division to achieve that for you. That is not possible.
Alexander Fenyumarkin is Deputy Majority Leader. There is an easy calm at Nkwanta after ethnic clashes led to the death of 8 persons. OT Regional Minister Joshua Makubu says the upcoming NPP parliamentary primaries is likely to be put on hold as security agencies are extending security measures to communities outside the constituency.
MC from Kwanta South shared a document indicating that the NISEC met yesterday regarding the impending parliamentary primaries of the New Patriotic Party, and they strongly advised that it should be put on hold. Well, that one is left with the party to take a decision on that, but security agencies so indicate that it's unpredictable because of the nature of the classes and then the possible extension to some other communities not within the Nkwanta Township.
According to the minister, students from the Nkwanta district have been moved to Boyman constituency to ensure their safety.
The other problem we are trying to work on is, the senior high schools are vacating today and tomorrow. And some of the walls of people involved in the classes are schooling outside the region and they'll be entering the municipality. But together with the regional director of education, we have agreed that whoever is coming from Nkwanta, they should all come to Boyman Senior High School. They will make arrangements for vehicles to convey them, and those vehicles will be escorted by the police.
And to the Ashanti region, the Aswanse constituency is the only seat in the Greater Kumasi yet to be captured by the New Patriotic Party, despite years of vigorous campaigning. The closest the party has come to claiming the seat was in 2016 when Ali Duseidu lost to NDC's Muntaka Mubarak with 5,600 votes. 3 candidates have been approved to run the upcoming primaries. Nana Yaljima has more on the following report.
Asawase has been described as the NDC's safest seat in the NPP's stronghold, the Ashanti region. Noah Osu is first vice chairman of the NPP in Asawase.
If we want to take the seat, we must come together as one people.
Manaf Ibrahim, who once worked at the office of the vice president, has long worked towards leading the NPP in the constituency. His suspension from the party denied him the opportunity to contest in the constituency primary in 2019.
The party has to be rescued from slavery. From the time the constitution was inaugurated, the party has never won the seat, which is in the heart of the party's stronghold.
Yusuf Osman is known among the residents of Sabon Zongo. Being the uncle of Manaf Ibrahim, many are confused about the decision of family members to contest in the same race.
Now, the fate of over 61,000 customers of Black Shield Capital Management hang in the balance as it remains unclear whether government will pay them after their 36-hour protest at the Ministry of Finance. Members of the group were customers of the defunct Gold Coast Securities Limited, whose license was revoked by the Security and Exchange Commission during the banking sector cleanup. The group demands government pays their 4.3 billion locked-up funds. My colleague James Aveji has more.
After staging series of demonstrations across the capital, they moved to the Finance Ministry on Tuesday evening, sleeping on lawns and the concrete floors to Wednesday morning to press home their demand. According to convener of the group, Charles Nyami, an earlier meeting with the Minister of State at the Finance Ministry, Dr. Amin Adam, ended without any conclusion.
Yesterday was the worst of it all. He told us that the Finance Ministry will effect our payments on only one condition. And that condition is that we, the customers, should get assistance from the Finance Ministry so that we will go after Dr. Papakwesi Indum and the Gold Coast Fund Management Company, challenging the liquidation order filed by the government through the Registrar General Department against the company to sell its assets.
Retired civil servant Nathaniel Kingsford Mensah Jr. also told Joy News he was able to receive only 50,000 out of the 200,000 pension lump sum he invested 5 years ago.
Now I beg before I eat, before my pension does not within 2 weeks is finished. So should I think and die?
And that was James Avaji's report. Now, urbanization along the banks of the Accra-Tema motorway has pushed many pedestrians crossing the road to reach their various homes and workplaces. Within a split second, you either cross safely or take your last breath. Trotro drivers have taken advantage of the situation by creating unofficial bus stops, resulting in long traffic on the stretch. Ethan Lai has more on this report.
The Accra-Tema motorway, opened in November 1965, was to be a seamless link between Accra and Tema. 58 years later, it is widely regarded as one of the worst major roads in Accra. Kwame is one of the residents who crosses this road on a daily basis.
For now, we don't have any alternative, and this is the only way we have. So, though it is dangerous, but we are trying our best.
Kwame believes an overhead will help solve the problem.
So many accidents have occurred on this road, and from my opinion, the government needs to come and, we need an overpass so that the place will be accessible for us.
One other challenge on the motorway is the many unauthorized bus stops along the route. James, a trotro driver, says they chose the place due to the lack of bus stops along the motorway.
But government didn't create a bus stop for us, so that's why we used to have a bus stop.
Ethan Ly's report read to you, and that's the end of the bulletin. In our top story, Special Prosecutor gets backing of anti-graft campaigners to continue his fight against corruption following his claim some judges are against him. I am Amiesi Nyamiche Thompson. Business is next on the Super Morning Show.